Well, if you give a fan base an inch, they'll make it a mile. If you give a fan base the hero, they'll make it a villain. Or dead. Back in my video on Disney theories, I said that theories on Disney films are usually just made to make something instant edgy. When it comes to the cloth world of Nintendo, I mean, that's there too. But in general, that's probably because there's like a billion more theories on Nintendo games. Unlike Disney though, there's also a handful that are actually believable. Again, likely because there's just so many more compared to really any other franchise or company. Pokemon alone probably has more fan theories than any other franchise combined. But of course, there's a will, there's a way. The will, popular games with a lot of fans, including kids. The way, bad writing, hoping to God that no one who reads your theory actually plays the game it's based off of. Nintendo fan theories usually aren't as bad as the ones I covered in Disney, but there's a lot of stupid ones. Ones that people still believe. So, like in my Disney theory video, I'm going to take 10 fan theories and tell you why they're stupid. Let's go. I'm going to start with Mario because that's the obvious thing to do. There's a lot, so I'm only going to talk about two. For example, here's one about Luigi secretly being God. That's right up my alley. More specifically, according to this theory, Luigi is super ridiculously strong, with a lot of strange powers. It's usually seen in the spin-offs. In Super Paper Mario, Luigi is a chosen avatar of the main villain and the host of the Chaos Heart. In Dream Team, we go into Luigi's mind, seeing him have all these different weird abilities, and that he can create a dream world. In Thousand Year Door, he goes on his own journey and ends up hurting every single one of his assistants along the way. You might have realized that every one of these has him out Mario. That's because according to this theory, Mario is a power oppressor. He keeps Luigi in check, both being a comfort to Luigi and the only one who can stop him if he gets too strong. So there's a few problems with this one. For one, the game examples they give kind of counter each other. Like, yeah, he's got weird powers in Dream Team, but, you know, it's Dream. You can do whatever you want in a dream. Also, in that game, he's with Mario, the apparent nerfer of Luigi. He also says he's the only one who can beat Luigi, but canonically in Super, Bowser and Peach also take him down. Also, there's a certain mansion-sized theory killer. If being away from Mario supposedly increases Luigi's power, why doesn't he turn into a freaking Super Saiyan when his brother is completely missing for 3 separate games? Well, 4. That's not to count the last one though. Here's another Mario theory. According to this, Bowser has only kidnapped Peach once, in the original NES game. In Mario World, Peach leaves Mario for Bowser. In 64, Peach lies to Mario about kidnapping to get him to settle if they're together or not. In Sunshine, she finally truly leaves Mario for Bowser, and in Galaxy, Mario moves on from her to Rosalina. Good choice. Because Mario finally calmed down, this leads him to getting a friendship with Peach and Bowser, who he invites to sports. In Galaxy 2, he makes a deal with Rosalina to reset the universe so he can be with Peach again, which leads into the new Super Series. Let's go game by game. World. If Peach left for Bowser, why does she literally scream for help in the final battle and kisses Mario at the end? 64. Why invite him with the whole fake kidnapping thing? You just can't talk? You gotta have him collect 120 celestial bodies before you can dump him? Apparently, Peach and Bowser broke up in between games, which is why Peach is trying to patch things up with Mario. But like, how is Bowser literally there in the game? Is he playing a 300 IQ play, or is he just really freaking stupid? I play Superstar Saga, so probably the latter. Sunshine. Nothing says finally getting with Bowser like literally taking vacation with Mario, am I right? Galaxy. Did you really miss the whole thing where Mario literally crosses the entire galaxy to save Peach? Rosalina even refers to her as Mario's special one. The Galaxy 2 part is even worse for 2 reasons. One, the thing about Rosalina creating alternate timeline has no basis whatsoever. Yes, it is a likely something she is capable of, but it's not even hinted at that she's ever done it. 2, Mario asking her to help him get back with Peach would mean that he dumped Rosalina. And I refuse to believe anyone is that stupid. Then there's this thing. This theory is posted in 2012, so it's excluded, but it does pretty much kill us outright. Also, according to this theory, Junior is actually Peach's son, which, no. Okay, let's leave Mario behind like a smart story first and talk about Metroid, because I want to talk about Metroid. One of the best things about Metroid is its vastly different worlds. Each one is unique and has this distinct alien feel. Most of these are from planet Zebes. This is a harsh world full of nightmare creatures. But what if it wasn't? What if it was actually Mario? Mother frick! I first came across this theory in a comic by Brawl and Family, comparing some elements of Zebes in the Mushroom Kingdom. This seems pretty weak. Nintendo, especially in the early years, reused enemies a lot, which is why Metroid enemies look very similar to ones from Mario and Zelda and Icarus, and Kirby. Some of the Mario enemies do bear a resemblance to Metroid ones, but I don't see how they can mutate like it's said in this theory. For example, how did a non-sentient bar mutate into an armored bugman? These just seem like very basic comparisons. For webcomic gag, it's fun to think of, but for a legit theory some people are trying to pass it off of, no. Pokemon theories would fill up this entire video or its own. There are more Pokemon theories than there are individual copies of every Pokemon game. I'll just do one for variety, and because a good majority of Pokemon theories are either simple, believable, or way too freaking complicated. As for the one I'm talking about, well, here's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. It's the most generic theory idea the side of it's all a dream. Red is the villain, and Giovanni is the hero. For Red, it's mostly because of his interactions with Blue. You've probably heard the theory that Red killed Blue's Eradicate, the evidence being that Blue used Eradicate in his fight on the SS Anne, which when you go to the Pokemon Graveyard to fight Blue again, he doesn't have it anymore. Also in this encounter, Blue says that Red shouldn't be there since his Pokemon don't look dead, implying one of his is. After beating him again, you find him being the champion of all Kanto, only for you to immediately beat him before his grandfather can see his accomplishment. As for Giovanni, well, for one, he's trying to stop Red, but more specifically, he's trying to stop Mewtwo. He made Mewtwo, realizes the mistake he made creating a Pokemon that strong, so he tries to stop it. Becomes the gym leader to gain control and be able to look over all of Kanto, and tries to ransack Silphco, which has made both the Silph Scope and the Master Ball. Silph Scope can detect ghost types, which is strong against psychics like Mewtwo, and the Master Ball, which is guaranteed to capture Mewtwo. For Red, everything comes down to him being rude to Blue, but like, Blue's kind of a jerk. He insults you everywhere you go, challenges you to a fight when you're not prepared. He even picks his team and specifically get the advantage over you. He doesn't deserve to have Pokemon killed, but let's be honest, you didn't kill Eradicate. Eradicate sucks. Honestly, you probably should have killed him. But Blue doesn't care about his Pokemon, only about how strong they are. And Eradicate just simply isn't a very strong Pokemon. He's just asking you if your Pokemon are dead to be the awful human being he is. As for Giovanni, well, he's not trying to stop Red because that part's debunked. And I don't know about you, but running a criminal organization that steals from innocents and straight up murders Pokemon, not a really cool thing to do. As for the Silph Scope and Master Ball, well, Master Ball is fine. But in Gen 1, Ghost wasn't actually super effective against Psychic. In fact, they were immune. It wasn't until Gold and Silver where they fixed it. So, there we go. These two theories are as broken as, well, the games are based on. Punch-Out seems like a simple game, but some say there's a lot more to it. According to some, Punch-Out is a Make-A-Wish from Little Mac. Make-A-Wish being a foundation that gives a wish to a kid below the age of 18 before they die of some disease. Little Mac is canonically 17, so he fits, and it would also explain why the other boxers make such obvious moves before attacking. Specifically, Mac has muscular dystrophy, which is why he's so short. And if you're a watcher of me, you know where I'm going with this. Mac isn't that short. He's 17 and 5'7", the exact height of an average man. Men usually stop growing after age 18, so it's completely possible that he's still growing. And this is muscular dystrophy? Dude could crush a can with his pecs like he's freaking David Hasselhoff. Also, this theory can be easily debunked since, well, it's about the NES game, which takes place in the same universe as a Wii game. Okay, so what if the Wii game is also part of this theory? I'm not sure about that. The game shows that all the boxers actually do have a life. In title defense, they're legit mad that they lost, that loss being added to their record. And some like Aaron Ryan and Bear Hugger even cheat. And then there's Donkey Kong. How is Donkey Kong part of this theory? Is Donkey Kong part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation? Is this theory saying that a 17-year-old being a good boxer is too impossible to believe, but a giant gorilla who's smart enough to box is fine? How did Donkey Kong actually join the Boxing Federation? I think we're asking the wrong questions here. Well, you know me. I gotta talk about Kirby here. There's just one tiny little problem. Remember in my other Kirby video where I made a joke that like there's only 5 things people talk about when it comes to Kirby? That wasn't a joke. Looking for Kirby theories, I barely found anything besides the standard Kirby is related to all the villains, or Sugar Star's Earth stuff. So I gotta go with a boring one. One of the first fan theories probably ever, because it's that generic. What if Kirby was the bad guy? What an original thought! Kirby's evil because he hurts the people of Dreamland. No, he doesn't. There's plenty of bystanders he doesn't hurt. The enemies that he does hurt are minions of DD or whatever villain's attacking. Kirby isn't protecting the land from Dreamland? Yes, he is. Play the game. But DD is a slave or wait, what? That's something you just casually throw in. But even then, he's not. He's not even a real king. The game confirms he's self-proclaimed. And all the people who work for him do it because 1, they want to, and 2, he gives them the food, and food is awesome. He destroys the planet in a Megaton Punch. Yes, and it's immediately back together the next time you do literally anything. It's possible that the minigame is non-canon, or that Popstar is just magical. He doesn't listen to Mendai and Didi when they try to stop him. Yes, because 90% of the time, they're evil. Sorry that sometimes they're not evil. It's hard to tell with those two guys. He does stuff just because. No, he doesn't. He doesn't because Cthulhu comes down to his house every 3 days to ruin his lunch or his nap or whatever the heck else. Maybe Kirby is just a good sentient marshmallow with a good section of friends and also likes protecting his world. I don't know. Kirby games are dark enough with all the Elder Gods appearing at the end of every single one of his weekends. I'm just basing this off of my knowledge of actually playing a frickin' Kirby game. Earthbound looks like a simple game, but it's quite deep when you look into it. There's cults, Ness gets homesick. In general, things are a lot darker than the bright colors make you want to think. Anything could be more than it seems. Look at the main character, for example. He seems like a normal boy who stumbles upon a major crisis, but maybe there's more. Maybe he's not who he says he is. Maybe he is Sans Undertale. Wait, give me a... Oh, I'm very sorry. This was not supposed to be on this video. This is about bad fan theories. I'm very sorry. What else can I talk about with Earthbound? Anything else I can talk about Earthbound? Hey, you ever heard of Giygas? There's a lot of mystery behind this character. Even though he appeared in the previous game, he's still clouded in mystery, like his design change and sudden increase in power. Some people have tried to explain this though. It gets pretty dark, ladies and gentlemen, so buckle up. There's a very popular theory that Giygas is a fetus. For one, he just looks like one. More importantly though, you go back in time to beat him. In a machine that some claim to resemble the inside of a woman. This is really weird to say out loud. The biggest piece of evidence for this theory is that the creator of the game, Sigatashi Otoe, seeing that Giygas is based off a movie he saw as a child, the Japanese film The Military Policeman and the Dismembered Beauty, which he saw accidentally as a child, and where he witnessed a rape scene. He wanted to make Giygas that fetus, or in some interpretations, the breast of the woman in the movie. At least, that's what people say. If you actually read the article, he's actually saying he wants to give the audience the same feeling he had when he saw that scene. Not that Giygas is really a fetus or whatever. So, how do you explain his appearance? Simple. He's based off Giygas. As in like the Mewtwo looking character from the first game. Some also claim that the music you hear while fighting Giygas and the music in the movie sounds similar. Whether it does or not is irrelevant. Otoe confirmed that he had no involvement in the music and just let the composer do whatever they want. Unless they saw the exact same movie and had the exact same reaction, I doubt it. Also worth noting that this scene is actually a murder, not a rape, but it can be excused since Otoe is a child. TLDR, read the hacking article where you make big claims and theories. Okay, so I knew I had to include a Zelda theory on this video somewhere. Zelda's like one of Nintendo's biggest games, biggest franchises, so I need to talk about it at least once. There's just one problem though. The Zelda theories are actually pretty good. Yeah, really. Unlike most Nintendo games, outside of the timeline, the Zelda series has a very consistent lore, world, sets of rules, sets of characters. So really, any theory about Zelda has to follow its rules. And any that don't get very far. But hey, even though Zelda is super consistent, let's throw that all away and say it's a dream. Yes, we're really going there. I hate dream theories because you can't really argue against them. Like, half of all notable cartoon theories are just dreams. That's gonna be super fun when we get to that video. Something weird happens, it's a dream. Weird stuff happens. Any inconsistency can be excused because it's a dream. You can literally take any piece of fiction and say it's a dream. Zelda is a weird case though. The main piece of evidence is that in a lot of Zelda games, it starts with Link waking up. That's it. Fun fact, literally everyone wakes up at some point in their life. Some lucky people wake up twice in their life even. It's also a little weird to say that every game is a different dream from the same guy, since Link is a different person in every single game. And then there's Link's Awakening, an actual game that is actually all just dream. Is this a dream and dream? If you make an exception joke, I'll slap you. Not much else to say, guys. It's just dream theory, and all dream theories suck. Next. Animal Crossing is a very relaxing and wholesome series. It's just about you hanging out with a bunch of friendly, cute animals. Nothing else to say. It is now the time to tell you how dark and edgy this game actually is. So you guys like cults? According to this theory, the Animal Crossing town is a cult, where all the animals make you do their bidding. For example, Cap'n is the one who takes you to town, and he's a kappa, a Japanese mythological creature who's known for kidnapping children. Tom Nook puts you in never-ending debt so you can't leave, and some say that he's also promoting child labor. Some versions of the theory say the animals are actually animals, and others just say they're humans in costumes. This theory came out in 2014, so for this I'm only looking at the first 4 games, not New Horizons. So first thing, the Cap'n thing only applies to 2 of the 4 games. That's kind of a killer for half of the only evidence this theory has. Now how about Tom Nook? Honestly, Tom Nook gets a bad rap. The whole never-ending debt is actually ending, and he never forces you to pay it. You can leave your house at the smallest size if you want. Seriously, this dude just gives you a house right when you move in. It's not grand, but it's better than you can probably get at this price in real life. It also got no interest, no mortgage. Tom Nook is a saint. You want a real greedy hacker? Look at Red, the guy who scams you in every game he appears in, and is the only character most of the cast doesn't like. Now, if animals are actually animals, I don't have anything to debunk that specifically. If they are suits, however, that'd be kind of weird. We know that they can do things like move their eyes and mouth. Zipper is an actual suit. He can't do that, so why can't the rest of the animals? Apparently this is the reason you're the only human, but you aren't. You can invite other people to your house. Also, if you do all the animals' chores, why would they ever want to leave? Well, maybe it's because the so-called chores are just delivering mail. You're really over-exaggerating how bad this game really is, guys. Maybe Animal Crossing is just a happy world without some sort of dark underbelly. Well, who knows? I don't freaking know. Wait, I do know. I made an entire video about it. And here we go. The final theory of this video. The last time I did this, I saved the Pixar theory for the end. And the Pixar theory ties together every single Pixar movie. So, is there a way we can tie together every single Nintendo franchise? Super Smash Brothers. Thank you for watching this. You smashed your head into the brick wall. No. Seriously, there's a few theories trying to tie together every single Nintendo franchise. I'm going to focus on this one that I found on the Fan Theory Wiki. It tries to tie together every single Nintendo series ever, except for Kirby. I have no idea why you couldn't tie that in, but whatever. The theory is quite long and goes over most of the Nintendo series and how they connect. It starts with the Zelda goddesses creating the world and ends with Smash Bros. Really. Apparently Master Hand is a higher entity, and every god in Nintendo is made by him. There's no evidence for this whatsoever. And more importantly, Smash is confirmed to be non-canon to the other games. The theory states that the three Zelda goddesses created the world, but that's countered in a majority of Nintendo games who have their own explanations for how the world is made, like Palutena or Arceus. There's also a lot of Nintendo references in between games, like Link and Samus appearing in Mario RPG, or Mario, Link, and Yoshi appearing in Donkey Kong Country 2. Heck, Samus, Rob, and a couple others appear in Dream Man 3. You could have tied in Kirby with that. Then there's things like Animal Crossing. You can literally play other games in Animal Crossing. How? Also, Animal Crossing apparently takes place before Star Fox, Metroid, Zelda, and a couple others, which is weird because there's items from those games in Animal Crossing. How do they exist if we don't even know what they're supposed to be? This makes no sense. The theory writes this off as timelines being weird, which is a major cop-out, and the Pixar theory did the exact same thing. You can't just say, oh lol, time shenanigans. It's just a major cop-out. Like dream theories, you can just say it doesn't matter because time travel. That just ruins the entire theory. Just say Animal Crossing is a higher dimension and Rossetti is actually God. You know, something believable. That's why I hate theories trying to tie together everything. It gets complicated quickly, it gets destroyed by saying one thing out of place, and it always uses some dumb, stupid plot contrivance to justify it all. Stop making these. And there we go. 10 more fan theories debunked. I plan to do one more of these videos on cartoon fan theories, which are... So, get excited for that, I guess, whenever that comes out. I can't think of a joke to end this video, I'm sorry. Your mother.